Hello and welcome to the students of Standard 8. Myself, Mrs. Momita Maiti, and today we shall learn about the infinitives in English language. Now, before directly jumping on to the topic, let us first learn the distinction between a finite verb and a non-finite verb. As you can very well see on the screen, the definition of a finite verb. The verb which is limited by the number and person of its subject is called a finite verb. Or in other words, you can say that a finite verb is a fixed verb. Fixed in the sense what? Fixed in the sense of its number and a person of its subject. Means the subject is fixed over here. But in case of a non-finite verb, nothing is fixed. A non-finite verb is that which is derived from a verb but has no subject and therefore is not limited by the number and person of any noun or pronoun. Or in other words, we can say that a non-finite verb is a non-fixed verb in which nothing is fixed. Now see, example of a finite verb. The boy is swimming. Here, which is the verb? Is swimming, and the verb is swimming is limited by the number and person of its subject boy. So since the verb is swimming is having its own subject, so it is termed as a finite verb. Whereas in case of a non-finite verb, you can see I have given 3 examples over here. In the first case, you can see the boy wants to swim. Here, to swim is an infinitive. In the second sentence, I found the boy swimming. Here, swimming is a participle. And in the third case, swimming is good for health. Here, swimming is a gerund. So, in case of a non-finite verb, we have seen an infinitive, we have seen a participle, and we have seen the use of a gerund. So in my following videos, I will be teaching you later on what is the meaning and the uses of participle and gerund. But right now, let us focus on an infinitive. So as you can see, to swim. The boy wants to swim. So here to swim is an infinitive. Why infinitive? Because wherever infinitive will be there, the word to plus the first form of verb, that is VIII, is sure to be there. So here the to swim is an infinitive. Now the classification of non-finite verbs. So as in my previous slide I had already shown you that non-finite verbs, there are of 3 types: infinitives, participles and gerund. Now let's see what is an infinitive. Infinitive consists of 2 words, that is to plus verb. Verb, that is the first form of verb, V1. Infinitive means to plus V1. Hence, it can be defined as an infinitive is a non-finite verb which is generally preceded by to and is used like a noun, adjective or adverb. So, an infinitive consists of to plus V1 and moreover it is used like a noun, adjective or adverb. Noun infinitive and its uses. So when an infinitive is used like a noun, it is called noun infinitive or simple infinitive. Its uses, as I have mentioned over here, the first use, it is used as a subject of a verb. See, for example, to study is our duty. So here to study is our duty. So to study is what? It is an infinitive. And it is the subject to the verb is. In the second use, object of a verb. See, here to study, it is an noun infinitive. And it is an object to which verb? Like. Third, complement of a verb. My habit is to study. Here to study is noun infinitive and it is a complement of the verb. My habit. What is my habit? My habit is to study. So the infinitive, it's speaking something about the verb. What is his habit? And the last one, object of a preposition. So which is a noun infinitive over here? He is about to study. To study is a noun infinitive, and since it has been used at the end of the sentence, so it is an object. An object to what? Object to the preposition about. So once again I am repeating. The first is subject of a verb. As in the first sentence we can see to study. To study is a noun infinitive and it is a subject to the verb is. In the second case, object of a verb. I like to study. So here to study is the object to the verb like. Third case, complement of a verb. For example, my habit is to study. So to study, it is a noun infinitive. Again, why infinitive? Because here to plus the first form of the verb study has been used. So to study is noun infinitive and it is speaking about, it is also giving some complement to the verb. And the last case, object of a preposition. He is about to study. Again, to study, it is a noun infinitive and it is an object to what? To a preposition that is about. Hope so this is clear to you. Then next, let us learn what is qualifying infinitive and its uses. Now when the infinitive is used to qualify a noun, a verb or an adjective, it is called a qualifying infinitive or gerundial infinitive. And always do remember one thing, that just as a gerund does the work of a noun, the same way an infinitive also does the work of a noun. So here a qualifying infinitive, as from the term itself, it is giving its own sense that it is an infinitive which qualifies. Qualifies what? It qualifies a noun, it qualifies a verb, it qualifies an adjective. Now its uses. See, here three blocks has been given over here. In the first case, we will see, in the first, this blue box, you can very well see that how simply the adjective and the adverb forms has been used. As in the first sentence, this is a good thing. So here, good. Good is what? Good is an adjective. Why adjective? Because it is saying something about the noun thing. In the second case, he came quickly. What is quickly over here? Quickly over here is an adverb. Why? Because it is speaking something about the verb that is came. Again in the third case, this mango is very good. Again very. What kind of mango it is? It is very good. Alright. So these here in this blue box here, simply I have used the simple way to use an adverb or an adjective. Now let's see the second box. The qualifying infinitive. See the first. See, this is a thing to eat. Why to eat I have underlined? Because it is an infinitive. Why infinitive? Because to is there. To plus the V1 is there. V1 means the first form of the verb eat is there. Now here to eat, it is what? It is an qualifying infinitive. Why? Because it is qualifying the noun that is thing. In the second case, he came to eat. Once again, to eat is an infinitive and it is qualifying the verb came. And the third example, this mango is good to eat. To eat is once again a qualifying infinitive and it is saying something. Okay, it is saying something about the mango. Okay, so it is what? Qualifying a adjective. What is adjective? Good over here. So see here, I have already mentioned it is qualifying a noun in the first sentence. In the second sentence, he came to eat. So to eat is the qualifying infinitive which is qualifying the verb that is came. And in the third sentence, this mango is good to eat. So here to eat is a qualifying infinitive and it is qualifying the adjective good. Hope so this is clear to you. Next, bare infinitive. Now this is another form of infinitive. bare infinitive. An infinitive which is used without to is called a bare infinitive. So in many cases we will see that every time we don't use the term to. So in a number of times we just skip to. So such kind of infinitives are known as bare infinitives. Now its uses. The first use, it is used after certain verbs like see, hear, feel, know, observe, make, help, need, etc. For example, please go there. Okay, so this go, this is a bare infinitive. In the second sentence, you need not do it. So what is do? Do is an infinitive, and that too bare. Why bare? Because nowhere to has been used. Now let's see to the second one. After auxiliary verbs. So bare infinitives are used after auxiliary verbs. For example, the man may go. Here, go is a bare infinitive. Why? Just you can see how in a other way around we should have used the sentence. The man is allowed to go. So we can say the sentence in this way. The man is allowed to go. But in order to show you a bare infinitive, here I have used a different sentence. The man may go. Next, I will do it. The word do. Do is again a bare infinitive. Okay, we should have told this sentence in the other way around as I am willing to do it. So if to would have been used, then it would have been a full infinitive or an infinitive. But since here before do, to has not been used, so it is a bare infinitive. Now the third use. It is used after but and then in the sense of except. Okay, except anything. See, for example, she did nothing but cry. Okay, she did nothing but cry. So here, but it is except. So she did nothing, but she cried. So here, cry, it is a bare infinitive. Next sentence, he is better than to argue than work. So we should have used argue than means what? This than, it is saying something about except. Okay, except working, she did something. So here, cry and here work, those two are bare infinitives. Now the fourth case, after had better. So bare infinitives are used after had better, had rather, would rather, sooner than, etc. For example, she had better ask permission. Okay, so she had better ask. So here ask is a bare infinitive. Why? Because to has not been mentioned. And according to the rule, I have already said you that bare infinitives are used specially after had better, had rather, would rather, sooner than, etc. Hope so bare infinitive is clear to you. Now, split infinitive. Split, the word itself, it means to divide, the infinitive which has been divided. The situation in which the words to and verb are separated from each other is called split infinitive. So from the beginning, very beginning, whatever we have studied, we have seen that everywhere infinitive has been used means to plus V1 has been used. But here in the case of split infinitive, we will see that to has been separated from the first form of the verb. Let's see this example. It is difficult to correctly give the answer. So as you can very well see, to is over here and give is over here. And those two infinitives has been separated by an adverb. Which is the adverb? Correctly. So here the infinitives to give has been split by the adverbs correctly. So in such kind of cases are known as the split infinitive. Means an infinitive which has been splitted, which has been divided. Now finally, let us study the forms of infinitives. Now there are different forms of infinitives as shown below. In the first case, the simple present. See, simple present in the active form, what do we use? It's to plus love, means to plus V1. It is to plus first form of the verb, to love. In the second form, it's perfect. In perfect tense, as you know, in perfect tense, we use three things: has, have or had. But when it comes uh, for infinitives, there is no place for has and also no place for had. With infinitives, we are bound to use have. So here I have used to have loved. So perfect form, in the perfect form we use to plus have plus loved. Loved is third form of the verb. And this I am saying it in the active form. Then the third one, present continuous. As the name itself suggests, continuous means ing form of the verb. So to plus be plus loving. It will give, this will be used in the case of active. And the last one, perfect continuous. As again I have said, perfect means has, have or had. But when it comes for the case of an infinitives, has and had has no place in it. We are bound to use have with to. So the formula, as you can see, it will be to plus have plus been plus ing form of the main verb, that is loving. So this was the case in the active form. Now passive. In case of passive, we can see for the simple present we use to plus be plus loved. Okay, the third form of the verb loved. And in the case of perfect, to plus have plus been plus loved. Again the third form of the verb, because it is the case of the passive. Now let's go through some examples. There is a lot to be done. This sentence is in present passive form. So which is the infinitive over here? To be done. Alright, so to is an infinitive, again the present form, that is be, and then done. Done is the third form of the verb. Why it has been used? Because here passive it has been mentioned. The second sentence, I am sorry to have torn the book. So to have torn, this is the infinitive. And in which form is it? It is in the present active form. So to plus have plus torn. Third sentence, he is believed to be living in Australia. It is in present continuous. Why present? Because as you can very well see, this is has been already mentioned over here. And why it is in infinitive? Because to is there. So to plus the present form of the present form plus the ing form of the main verb, that is living. The next one, I hope to be earning my living in a year's time. So again, to be earning, it is an infinitive. Okay, so this sentence is in present continuous form. Continuous, as you can see, the ing form of the main verb earn is given over here. And why infinitive? Because to has been mentioned. Next, he pretended to have been studying. Now here, to have been studying. This is an infinitive. It is in which form? Perfect continuous. Okay, infinitive why? Because to has been given. Perfect, as I have said, there is no place for has and had, rather have will be used. So to plus have plus been plus studying. Studying ing form of the main verb study. And finally the last one, he seems to have been spying for both sides. Okay, so here to have been spying, this is an infinitive. Again, to is it is used for infinitive. Have has been used because it is perfect, and since the ing form of the main verb spy has been used, and since the sentence is in present continuous tense, so we have used here been. So these were the uses of the infinitives in various cases, like simple present, present perfect, okay, then perfect continuous, present continuous. So children, hope so this class is beneficial to you. The entire thing has been very clear up to you. And please, after going through the video once again, just turn up to your page number 87. It consists of 2 exercises. Try to complete the exercises at home, all of your own. The answers will be discussed with you after the school reopens. Thank you.